Hafa and welcome to another lesson. Today, we're going to be learning more about plural nouns that end with a Y. After today's lesson, you'll be able to write plural forms of nouns correctly. You have learned that a plural noun is a noun that names more than one person, place, thing, or animal. For example, we see here that there are two. So instead of saying boy, we would make boy plural by adding an S for boys. We see here that there are two animals. So instead of saying stingray, we would make it plural by adding an S for stingrays. Again, we see here that there are two animals. To make it plural, we would add an S and make it monkeys. You can add an S to most singular nouns to make them plural. However, you cannot add an S to some nouns that end with Y. For example, berry, baby, penny, and puppy. Now you must be wondering, why can you only add an S to some nouns to make them plural and not for others? Now here's an explanation as to why you can add an S to some plural nouns that end with Y. If the noun has a vowel such as an A, E, I, O, U, followed by a Y, then you can add an S. For example, to make boy plural, you'll see here there's a vowel followed by a Y, so you can add an S. In this example, you'll see that there's a vowel, which is a letter A, followed by a Y. So to make this plural, we added an S. In this example, monkey has an E, which is a vowel, and it ends with a Y, so you can add an S to make it plural. In today's lesson, we're going to examine what happens when you come across a singular noun that has a consonant followed by a Y. In this example, we see here berry, which is a singular noun. You'll see that there's a consonant R followed by the letter Y. Now, to make berry plural, you would change the Y to an I and add ES. In this example of baby, the singular noun has a consonant followed by a Y. Now, to make this singular noun plural, you would change the Y to an I and add ES. In this example, you'll see the singular noun penny. Penny has a consonant N and is followed by a Y. To make penny plural, we would change the Y to an I and add ES. In this last example, you'll see the singular noun puppy. It has a consonant letter P followed by the letter Y. To make this plural, you would have to change the Y to an I and add ES. Remember the rule that when you see a consonant followed by a letter Y, to make it plural, you would have to change the Y to an I and add ES. Let's go ahead and practice. Now, in this example, country is a singular noun. However, below you'll see that there are more than one country. I want you to go ahead and write the plural form of this noun. Remember the rule that when there is a consonant followed by a Y, you need to do something. Pause the video, and when you're ready to find out the answer, play this video again. The plural form of country is countries. You should have changed the Y to an I and added ES. Let's look at this next example. Candy is a singular noun. However, below you'll see that there are more than one. Remember the rule on how to make a singular noun plural, especially when you have a consonant followed by a Y. Remember to write the plural form of this noun correctly, and when you're ready to find out the answer, play this video again. Candies is the plural form of the noun. To make it plural, you should have changed the Y to an I and added an ES. Let's look at the third example. Family is a singular noun. Now we see here that there are more than one. We also see here that there is a consonant followed by a Y. Can you write the correct plural form of this noun? Pause this video as you write it down. And when you're ready to find out the answer, play this video again. If you wrote down families, wonderful job. Families is the plural form of the noun family. You should have changed the Y to an I and added ES. Let's look at this last example. Butterfly is a singular noun. However, we see that there are more than one. Remember that there's a consonant followed by a Y. Can you write the plural form of this noun correctly? Pause this video as you do, and when you're ready to find out the answer, play this video again. Butterflies is the plural form of the noun butterfly. To make it plural, you should have changed the Y to an I and added ES. Let's continue on to the next part. Here is a little challenge. I want you to identify the incorrect plural noun and then write it correctly. I'll read the sentence. The boys read some stories. Take some time to identify which plural noun is incorrect and write it. And when you're ready, play this video again. Stories is the incorrect plural noun. We see here that there is a consonant followed by a Y. So instead of adding an S to correct this plural noun, you would have changed the Y to an I and added ES to make it stories. Can you identify the incorrect plural noun in this sentence and then write it correctly? I'll read the sentence out loud. The stories were about animal families. I want you to spot the incorrect plural noun, and once you do, can you write it correctly? When you're ready to find out the answer, play this video. In this noun, it has a consonant followed by a Y. So to write it correctly, you would have changed the Y to an I and added ES. Let's look at this last example. Can you identify the incorrect plural noun? Once you identify it, can you write it correctly? I'll read the sentence out loud. Baby dogs are called puppies. When you're ready to find out the answer, play this video. If you identified that puppies was the incorrect plural noun, then great job. To write the plural form of puppies, you would have changed the Y to an I and added an ES. Now that we learned about more plural nouns, we know that if a noun ends with a consonant and a Y, we change the Y to an I and add ES to make it plural. Let's revisit our goal. Did you reach your goal for today? Are you able to write plural forms of nouns correctly? Thank you again for joining me today, and I hope to see you in our next lesson. Take care.